All right, hey folks, what's up? We're going to do some work on martial powers today. We're in the process of converting the Artificer playtest material for Dungeons & Dragons 5e24 into the martial power system that we've been streaming here for the past year and that we're currently playtesting on my Discord channel link down below. Give me a moment to check on my signal, my volumes, press a bunch of buttons, and then we're going to go ahead and get to work here for about an hour. Sounds like my signal's coming through okay. I can barely hear myself, which is good news. It probably means you can hear me loud and clear. I'm going to switch gears here real quick. Normally you'd have a countdown thing going with some cool music or whatever, basically saying, you know, you got this long until your stream starts. Well, most of the time what we're doing when that timer is going is we're doing social media posts and stuff like, hey, we're live. Come check us out. I'm doing that here in real time with you now because I'm not so sophisticated to have a countdown timer. So I just yammer at you guys while I go through that process. But we're almost done with that process. So let me go ahead and further entertain you here by saying, hey, my name is Phil Kearney. I create role-playing games. I illustrate them. I publish them online, and I've been focusing my attention on Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. I've been a DM since 1987. I've been a Magic the Gathering enthusiast since 93, a freelance illustrator since 99, and I've been creating content on DMsGuild for D&D 5e since 2018. The first content that we created was Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica, creating a color mana system so that spellcasters can actually use the color mana system for Magic the Gathering, which is where Ravnica came from, and Theros came from, and Strixhaven came from. So obviously D&D is attempting to edge their way, having MTG kind of integrate into RPG, and I'm kind of tired of how small their steps have been. So we created a color mana system. If you think today's cool or you want to see more of this stuff in the future, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications of when we're live in the future. We're using the playtest documents that Wizards had released, the version 1 playtest, which has the Artillerist, the Armorer, the Alchemist, and the Battlesmith. And then the version 2 revised the scaffold for the base class and introduced a cartographer. If you want to play along or read along with us today, Martial Powers playtest document is here. It's a read-only Google Doc for you. I will be editing it here live with you now. If you tap into this and tag along with me, this is the same document that we work on every time we do Martial Powers updates, and we do them regularly. We're playtesting level 5 right now. We start at level 3. We're going to level 10 in a mega dungeon that we built. And once we're done with the mega dungeon at 10th level, we're going to start playing Strixhaven's Mage Tower as basically competitive matches to basically test the limits of the mana system, see if there's any mechanics that are broken. We're going to build teams of characters level 11, 13, 15, 17, and 20. We're going to start off at 11 and build our ways up. They're going to be teams of 3. We're still locking down the points, but it's going to be like I think it's going to be like a 100-foot arena with basically 2 loops at either side. You basically grab a mascot and you throw it through the hoop, you get a point. You can fight each other while you do it. You can push each other out of bounds. All the rules of a normal game, plus you can kill each other. so if you kill a rival on an opposing team, then obviously that team has less. And then once a point is cleared or something is declared out of bounds, it resets the center to restart. At that point, your character is resurrected and brought back in, and you run again. So let's see. So we're still working out the kinks in that, but that's okay because we still have 5 levels of Mega Dungeon to run through. So if you kick with us down to page 92 of the document that we have been building, here is the new scaffold for the Artificer. It's using the short rest mechanics like a monk's key starting at level 1 with 1 point. Once per day as a 1-minute ritual, you can harness magic from the environment to regain 1 or more points of mana depending on your level, so that you have 3 points per day even if you only take 1 short rest. This is using both the spellcasting and the power system. We've talked about the power system a lot in the past. You can freely decide, am I going to prepare a spell or a power? You have so many You can prepare up to 4 slots at first level, or rather prepare up to 4 spells, which could instead be powers. If you're using powers instead of spells, you can generate mana by sacrificing action economy to be able to generate mana for using powers, but spells don't have that same benefit. We're potentially playing with gaining those benefits at level 10, but the Artificer gets a lot of mana just built into it because of the features that it has of being able to like destroy magic items to generate mana, to have a mana storage, a mana vault device that just holds a shitload of mana. Instead of having an item that you can cast up to a 3rd level spell 10 times per day, it can hold up to 30 mana over the course of 20 levels. So it drip feeds the mana to you a little bit more slowly, but I'm messing with my hair while I'm looking in the camera here. It's a little flurfity. Hold on real quick. It's bothering me. All right, there we go. That feels better. Just put some static charge in my hair, make it stand up a little bit more so it's not so flat. So, a camera trick. Anyway, so we've already taken care of the Cartographer, the initial build for the Cartographer, the initial build for the Battlesmith. Last Friday, we finished the Artillerist. And this week, we are going to update, if I can get my mouse to work. There we go. Update the armor. So let's go down here. I'm gonna grab. Okay, first thing I want to do is jump into the document here. My mouse is being a little sticky today. Hopefully that's not, okay. There we go. Armor. Yeah, mouse is a little. Mouse is a little sticky. I've probably got some fuzz in the wheel. It's causing it to not track properly. Okay, let's do, we're going to start with our armored spells. Let's see, I want to pull this away as a separate tab. I can grab the armorer spells, so I'm going to do that. Let's kick up here to the armorer. And what's our first look at the armorer? Armorer has Tools of the Trade. That's going to be like that. You gain training with heavy armor. Tools of the Trade. There. Let's see. You gain proficiency in heavy armor. You gain proficiency in heavy armor. Heavy armor. And Smith's Tools. If you're already proficient in the tools, choose another tool. Let's see. In addition, when you craft non-magical or magical armor, armor or magical armor, reduce the time required by 1 degree. And weekday, season week, year. Okay, I feel like that's out of date. There we go. So let's update this. This is the standardized time frame for building magic items using the Bastion campaign system that we stream development for on Mondays and Thursday nights, including last night. You can check it out on my playlist. Recent live videos on my YouTube channel. Tools of the Trade. You gain proficiency in heavy armor and Smith's Tools if you're already proficient with them. In addition, with the armor craft, rarity, common magic item, uncommon, rare, very rare, and legendary. Time takes to make them. 1 week, 1 month, 1 season, 1 season, and you can reduce that time to day, week, month, and then the corresponding level of equipment that you can create, like magic item level stuff, like with magic spells level, there you go. I don't think that's actually relevant right now. No, because we can make empowered armor, like that holds a spell, like an abjuration spell or an enchantment spell on it. And this would still dictate what level of spell you'd be able to imbue into it as a result of it. In addition, when you craft armor, magical armor, reduce the time required by 1 degree. Okay. And then, let's see, character level. Let's go with 1, and then 5, and then 9. 13 and 17. Character level, that's important. Oh, magic wand, reduce the time. Level, and then car level. 1, 5, 9, 13, 17, and Battlesmith can create magic and non-magical weapons. Car level. Technically it's level 1, 5, 9, 13, 17. Spell scrolls, level, car, level, 17, 13, 9, 5, 1. There. Armor, there we go. Okay, tools for the tools of the trade, got that. So instead of having the time, it's reduced. In addition, when you craft armor or magical armor, reduce the time required by 1 degree. So the rarity, the effective cost of a non-magical item equates the rarity of the item. Common magic items 100 gold, uncommon 400, 4,000, 40,000, 200,000 for legendary. And like a Spelljammer, like a Hammerhead Spelljammer ship, for example, is 80,000 gold to produce. So you would be able to basically craft one of those. If you had the ability to just create objects out of nothing, at 17th level, it would be 80,000 gold is above the threshold of very rare. So that would put it into the legendary status of over 40k. That's where like a Hammerhead ship would be. It's 80,000 gold. That's generally how we structure like crafting non-magical items. It's what's its equivalent gold value compared to magic items of different tiers. And the different tiers of magic items correspond with levels of your characters where you should be expecting to get this type of stuff. 1, 5, 9, 13, 17. And then 20 for artifacts-ish. Let's see. So let's continue with the process. We're going to clip that. We're going to go up here, because the alchemist will be the last one that we need to concern ourselves with. So we'll clip that up there. We'll get the armor done today, no problem. Let's look at the spells that we get. Magic Missile, Thunder Wave. I think it's ironic that the artillerist gets shield and the armorer alchemist. Armorer. You would think it'd be the armorer that would get the shield spell and the artillerist would get magic missile, but no. Mirror, image, and shatter. Hypnotic pattern, lightning bolt. Fire shield, greater invisibility. Pass wall, wall of force. Easy enough so far. There we'll be able to, the martial power system plays with proficiency dice and damage stacking and condition effects. This first pass through, we're just going through just the basic fundamentals of how would we make this thing work as written with mana. When we actually see, when we see the final publication of the Artificer, we'll know what wizards have locked themselves in with as the right way to do it. And then, off of that, we can properly build the power system, how we're going to change the mechanics to curve with the dice pool system that we use for half-casters in this martial power system. So let's just keep looking at Arcane Armor. Arcane Armor's got a lot going on, so I guess we'll just take our time. As a magic action, while you have Smith's tools in hand, you can turn a suit of armor you are wearing into arcane armor, period. The suit continues to be arcane armor until you don another suit or you die. You gain the following benefits while wearing arcane armor. Thank you, Timely Timer. It's helping me keep track of time. Make sure I'm not blowing past my time lane. I've got about an hour. No strength requirement. Quick Dawn Doff has utilize action. Second skinning armor attached to you and can't be removed against your will. It also expands to cover your entire body, although you can retract or deploy the helmet as a bonus action. The armor replaces missing limbs, functioning identically to a limb it replaces. Spellcasting focus. You can use the arcane armor as a spellcasting focus, or for your artificer spells. And classify your arcane armor. When you do so, choose one of the following armor models: Dreadnought, Guardian, Infiltrator. The model you choose gives you specific benefits while you wear it. Each model includes a special weapon. When you attack with that weapon, you can add your intelligence modifier instead of strength or dexterity to the attack and damage rolls. You can change the armor model whenever you finish a short or long rest if you have Smith's tools in hand. Let's see, you're getting the following benefits while wearing arcane armor. Let's see. No STR rec. You ignore. Ignore any STR requirements, if any. If any. Quick Dawn and Doff. You can don or doff arcane armor as a utilize action. And second skin. The armor can't be removed without your consent and is whole, replacing missing even replacing missing limbs. And finally is spellcasting focus. You can use the armor as a spellcasting focus for your Artificer spells, period. And level 3. Armor model. You don't have to, sometimes we don't have to change anything, but we do want to note it here in the playtest content so the information is complete. You can customize the style of arcane armor you wear. You can change the armor type when you finish a short or long rest, or spend 2 mana as a maneuver you can generate mana. You can generate mana with your action economy, and a maneuver is one thing that you can do to do so. So by making these things maneuvers, it allows you to sacrifice action economy to transform your armor for you. The way that empowered action economy works, maybe we should call it empowered action economy. No, I'll keep it empowered actions. So characters with a channeling class feature, which is what channeling powers is. It's channeling, not spellcasting. So barbarians can use it without having to worry about their rage. You also don't have to concentrate on powers that you channel. They just happen, and if they have a duration, that duration is until you lose it by going to sleep or getting knocked out, or changing them or getting dispelled. But whatever. So characters with channeling class features can use action economy during combat to generate temporary mana for channeling any power other than sustained powers during your turn. Any temporary mana that remains at the end of the turn is lost along with the actions sacrificed to generate it. Each type of action generates temporary mana as described below. Reactions, you can sacrifice your reaction during any turn, including your own, to generate 1 point of temporary mana. If you can take multiple reactions, and some powers in the system allows you to take multiple reactions, you gain 1 point for each reaction that you sacrifice this way. Movement. If your speed isn't already reduced to 0 and you have not yet moved during your turn, you can reduce your movement to 0 to gain 1 point of temporary mana. So you can still teleport if you have the means of doing so, but if you basically can't move, if you could move and choose not to move, you gain a point of mana. And again, you can spend it on stuff. Bonus action. You can use your bonus action to generate temporary mana based on the max rank of power that you've gained as listed on the table below. At level 1, you have access to first rank powers. You can transform your bonus action into 1 point of temporary mana. At 9th level, you can channel up to 3rd rank powers, which is 2 points of mana, and which gives you 2 points of mana. And then at 17th level, you can channel up to 5 ranks of power, which in this system converts into temporary mana. Power you've gained as listed on the table below. There. Excuse me for a second. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1st level, 5th level, 9th level, 17th, 13th level, 17th level. It's half casting progression. 1st level, 2nd level, 3rd level, 4th level, 5th level. A spell from level 1 to 5 costs 1 point of mana for every level of spell. Powers work the exact same way. It's 1 point of mana per rank of power. It all works on the half casting progression. a half-casting class like a Ranger, Paladin, and Artificer. They can freely choose spells or powers, half-casters, and long prep casters like Bard, Sorcerer, and Warlock, as well as Eldritch Knight and Arcane Trickster. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can swap one of the powers that you have prepared, or spells or powers you have prepared. When you gain a level, you can swap all of them, as opposed to a Cleric, Druid, and Wizard that can swap all prepared spells every day. That's their advantage in power. All these other guys, they can only change one power per day, but they can also generate mana to have, basically, at the cost of action economy, free spells. You can also sacrifice attacks. When you take the attack action, each action that you sacrifice during that attack generates 1 point of mana. So you could have a bonus action. If you had, like, a 5th level fighter has 2 attacks, I could sacrifice my attack action to gain 2 points of mana that I could then use on my bonus action or as part of my movement, or if I have a reaction, if I have a reason to have a reaction during my turn, on my turn. If I didn't have a reason to use that mana, I basically just threw away attacks and threw away the mana. So by defining the armor suit as a maneuver powers are instant effects that can be channeled as a magic action or bonus action, both channeling the same power in one round twice if I wanted to. And so I could, if I had 2 attacks, I could sacrifice 2. So looking back again at the armor here, it says I can sacrifice 2. I can spend 2 mana as a maneuver to change what type of armor I have, or spend 2 mana as a maneuver. So a maneuver can be used as a bonus action or a magic action. It takes 2 points of mana. So if I were to sacrifice my reaction and my movement, so I stand still and don't have a reaction this turn, as a bonus action or an action, I could transform the armor that I have, and then whatever I have left over as my action or my bonus action, whichever I have left, like, let's say I use my bonus action to transform my armor, then I have an attack, I have an action left over, which I could then attack with the armor that I've transformed. There you go. You can customize the style of arcane armor you wear. You can change the armor type when you finish a short or long rest, or spend 2 mana as a maneuver. And then what else do you do for us? Let's go back to the magic item stuff here. Each model includes a special weapon. Dreadnought. To become a Towering Juggernaut, it has the following features. Armor Flail. Let's see, Dreadnought. Giant Stature, Wrecking Ball. You hit a creature. This is formatted weird. So you have the Armor Flail, you have Giant Stature and a Wrecking Ball, and then you have Thunder Gauntlets, Distracting Pulse, and Defensive Field. And then the Infiltrator has Lightning Launcher, Lightning Bolt, Powered Steps, and Dampening Field. That's a weird inconsistency. Let's see if I can parse this. Dreadnought. On your armor's gauntlet and has the following traits. Reach. On one of Wrecking Ball, if you hit a creature that is at least one size smaller than you with the flail, you can push or pull it 10 feet. Okay. So how do we want to word this? Let's parse this out. You can create. You can customize your armor in one of 3 ways. Dreadnought. Super big. Super big. Bigger flail. Giant stature. Sorry, let's do it as this. Armor flail. Simple weapon. 1d10 bludgeoning. Plus channeling ability modifier. Bludgeoning damage. No, okay, that's fine. Let's see. Reach property. Giant stature. As a transform Hold on. As a bonus action, you transform and enlarge your armor for 1 minute. For the duration, your reach increases by 5 feet, and if you are smaller than large, you are now large. Anything along with anything you are wearing. If there isn't enough room for you to increase your size, it doesn't change. You can use this bonus action a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier. You regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. As a bonus action, you can increase your size to large, if not already. If there's space to do so. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your channeling ability modifier before finishing. You regain all uses when you finish a long rest. You can gain an additional use, no action required, by spending 2 mana. As an exploit. You can spend 2 mana as an exploit to regain 1 use. During the bonus action. That works well enough. Giant stature. Armor flail. What else? Wrecking ball. Okay, sure. Wrecking ball. I don't know why they had to make it a separate feature. It doesn't have to be. When you hit a creature 1 size smaller than you, you can push or pull 10 feet. Straight push. You can push the target 10 feet straight away or pull 10 feet straight towards you. Saving throw? Nope. That'll work. Dreadnought is taken care of, and now we'll do Guardian. Guardian. To be frontline conflict. Super big, bigger weapons. Front line combat utility. And it is Thunder Gauntlets. Um, 1d8 plus channeling ability modifier. Thunder damage. Simple. Is it simple melee? And then, thank you, Tommy Timer. We're doing good. Distracting pulse. Wow, until the start of your next turn. Distracting pulse. Target you hit has disadvantage to attack. Disadvantage to attack targets other than you until the start of your next turn period. All right, what else you got? Defensive field. While you are bloodied. Ooh. While you are bloodied. You can take a bonus action to gain temporary hit points equal to your Artificer level. You lose these points when you doff your armor. Oh, that was simple. Okay. And then Infiltrator. Strategies for subtle undertaking. It has the following features. Stealth mode activated. Lightning launcher. Simple. Simple ranged. 1d6 plus channeling ability modifier lightning damage. Thrown 90, 300 feet. And what's your cool thing? Dampening field. You have advantage on dexterity checks. Oh. Lightning jolt. Lightning jolt equals once on each of your turns when you hit a creature with a lightning launcher, you can deal an extra d6 lightning damage to that target. Once per on each of your turns. Once during your turn when you hit with a lightning launcher attack, deal an extra 1d6 damage. There. And then we have powered steps. Your speed increases by 5 feet. And finally, dampening field. You have advantage on dexterity stealth checks. If the armor normally imposes disadvantage on the check, the advantage and disadvantage cancel each other out as normal. Okay. You have advantage on dexterity stealth checks if the armor would normally be at disadvantage. These cancel out, period. Yeah, that works. And now we're on to level 5. What happens at level 5? Extra attack. When you take the attack action, you can make 2 attacks, period. And then 1, 2, 3. Level 9. Armor replication. What does this do? You learn an additional plan for your replicate magic item features, and it must be in the armor category. If you replace that plan, you must replace it with another armor plan. In addition, you can create an additional item with that feature, and the item must also be in the armor category. Okay. You gain one additional magical item plan that must be armor. And you can create an additional magic item when you finish a long rest that must also be armor. That must be one of the armor plans you know, have learned. There. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 15. Perfected armor. Your arcane armor gains additional benefits based on its model. Your arcane armor improves. Your arcane armor improves. Good enough. Dreadnought. Armor flail. Your flail damage increases to 2d6. When you use your giant stature, your reach increases by 10 feet. Your size can increase to large or huge, and you gain fly speed. Okay, and you can fly equal to your speed. All right. Your flail damage increases to d10. Your reach increases by 10 feet. You can increase your size to huge instead of large, and you gain a fly speed equal to your speed. And you can fly with your you can fly as your move speed. That's probably crappy language. We'll fix it later. Guardian and Infiltrator. Guardian. Damage died to Thunder Gauntlet increases to D10. I've got ideas about this. In addition, when a huge or smaller creature you see ends its turn within 30 feet of you, you can take a reaction and magically force that creature to make a saving throw. Against your spell save DC, on a failed save, you pull that creature up to 25 feet directly to an unoccupied space. If you pull the target to a space within 5 feet of yourself, you can make a melee weapon attack against it as part of this reaction. You can also take this reaction a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier. And regain all experience when you finish a long rest. Jesus. Okay. Ends its turn within 30 feet of you. You can take a reaction. Okay. Let's see. In addition, let's see, your Thunder Gauntlet damage increases to D10, and when a target size huge or smaller ends its turn within 30 feet of you, you can use a reaction to pull the creature to a location a failsafe, you pull the creature up to 25 feet directly to an unoccupied space. Oh, to pull the creature, you can use a reaction to force the creature to make a strength save or be pulled to a location within you can pull the creature. You can use a reaction to force the creature to make a strength save or be pulled to a location within 25 feet. If that location is within reach of your melee attacks, you can make an opportunity attack as part of the same reaction. You can use this reaction a number of times equal to your channeling ability modifier, regaining all uses when you finish a long rest or expend 2 mana as an exploit. When you trigger this reaction. And then finally, Infiltrator. Damage of your lightning launcher increases. Damage of your lightning launcher increases to 2d6. Disadvantage on attack rolls against you. Increases by 2d6. If a creature takes lightning damage from the weapon, it is at disadvantage to attack you. Any creature that takes lightning damage from your lightning launcher glimmers with magical light until the start of your next turn. Got it. It radiates light, dim light. Is it dim light? It radiates magical light with a 5-foot reach until the start of your next turn. This creature has disadvantage on attacks against you while it is affected by the light. That's horrible language, but there you go. Oh, is that it? Is it done? Yeah. Okay. Well, shit. That's it. And it's 55 minutes. Wow, how efficient. Okay, so that is the armorer. It looks like it's done. I can see some opportunities here for us to work with the power system. I think we can have a little bit more fun with the masteries and powers that you get from the different weapons that are equipped with it. I'm pretty happy with it as it stands, though. It doesn't really need a lot of modifications. Let's look at empowered. So next time on Friday when we come back, we'll resolve the alchemist. So obviously we have a very replicatable pattern at this point. But before we do, let's take a quick look. Short rest, half mana per day. That's harness magic. As a 1-minute ritual, you can harness magic from the environment, restoring an amount of mana equal to half your artificer level rounded up, minimum 1. You can do so once, regaining this feature. Half your artificer level, rounded up, minimum 1. So at level 3 it'll be 2, at level 5 it'll be 3. 7 is 4, just like half casting. So at 17 it'll be 8. No, it'll be 9 at 17, and then at 19th level it'll be 10. You regain this feature when you finish a long rest. So you gain half your mana this way. So at 20th level, we'd have a 20 mana stack. We get back on a short rest. We'd have 10 mana. We'd have 10 mana every as a 1-minute ritual once per day. We have. Drain magic item as a bonus action. You can touch a magic item within 5 feet of yourself that you created with the replicate magic item feature to cause the item to vanish. When you do so, you regain mana. The amount of mana that you gain is based on the rarity of the magic item drained. Common, uncommon, rare. The amount is a turn. Thank you. What's our rarity levels? You start with knowing 4 plans as listed on Artificer are listed there, and you can learn additional plans at higher levels as listed on the table below. You can change a known plan when you finish a long rest. Okay, got it. And then we look at our replication tables to determine what magic items we can make. Hopefully that gets simplified during the process, but it's too much to write here, so we just refer you to the book. So, high honesty in a magic item, you can have up to 6 items that you could harvest all of them if they're all rare quality. That would give you 18 points there. So that's 28 bonus points per day. And then on top of that, crafting an item, magic item, drain magic item, flash of genius. Mana storing item, level 11. When you finish a long rest, you can store 11 mana in a spellcasting focus. So it goes from 28 to 39. And you increase the amount of mana by 1 when you gain an additional artificer level up to 20. So it'd be 18, 28, 48. So this is 48 bonus mana per day. Plus the 20 we get on a long rest is 68. Plus 20 mana from a short rest is 88. So that gives us the same mana pool at higher levels as a full caster would normally get. But you're throwing it on mana on spells up to 5th level. So you're going to have a lot of mana to throw around, that's for sure. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of mana to throw around, yeah. It's a lot of mana. While holding the focus, you can use a bonus action to give yourself or another creature within 5 feet of you an amount of mana up to your channeling ability bonus. Yep. There. Okay, great. That's good. So this is a mana sharing device. You can keep it for yourself, or you can heal other people's mana pool with the mana storing device. The Paladin can do that with Lay on Hands as well. 5 hit points per mana, up to 20 at 20th level. All right, hey, that's it. That's it for now. When we come back, we're going to do the Alchemist. So that's it for today. Thanks a lot for hanging around. Anyone that checks this stuff out, they think it's cool. Again, this is down in the description down below, along with all the books that we've created here. The Color Mana system for MTG is where we're building this for. The Martial Power system gives the half casting, gives the martial classes the same half casting progression that Rangers and Paladins get. So the fighter, monk, so the Barbarian, Fighter, Monk, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, and Artificer all now use the half casting progression. The martial characters only learn powers, and there's 170 powers, 189, 190 powers now. 123 of them use mana, and the other 67 of them are like cantrip effects that don't require spending mana, but do have a modification. Kind of like weapon masteries have an effect, and feats have an effect. Fighting styles have an effect. They don't cost you any resources to use them. This is the same way. The meta powers are cantrip-like effects that don't require mana, but there are 123 disciplines. Disciplines are exploits, maneuvers, reactions, strikes, and sustained powers. Sustained powers are like concentration aura effects that modify your character's abilities but don't require concentration. It just has a limit on how many you can have active at a time. Super fun stuff. But all right, that's it for now. I'll catch you guys on the other side. You're welcome to play. I'll see you on the Cheers.